Welcome to our channel, Bravo News. McBee Dynasty fans blame Steve's sons for legal issues. From fame to fury. The McBee family once stood as Missouri's most intriguing reality TV royalty. Their hit series, The McBee Dynasty, Real American Farmers, captivated audiences with sprawling fields, heartland family values, and the steely charisma of patriarch Steve McBee. But now, with Steve embroiled in explosive legal trouble, the dynasty's golden image has fractured. And shockingly, fans aren't rallying around the family. They're pointing fingers at his sons. Stephen Jr., Jesse, Braden, and Cole McBee, the handsome, social media-savvy sons who once had fan accounts dedicated to their every shirtless tractor ride, now face a new and unforgiving storm. With Steve Sr. under federal investigation for agricultural fraud, insider property deals, and financial misrepresentation, online sleuths and loyal fans alike have turned their accusations toward the younger generation. And it's not pretty. They knew. Don't tell me they didn't know, one Redditor posted in a viral thread. The way Stephen Jr. was running the company behind the scenes, he was in on it. On Twitter, #McBeeBoysExposed trended for 4 consecutive days after a leaked document surfaced alleging Jesse had signed off on suspicious land leases only months before his father's indictment. But was it really the boys' fault? Or is this just another reality TV witch hunt? Behind the barn door. In interviews, Steve Sr. always painted the picture of a proud father, handing off the reins of McBee Farm and Cattle to his sons. "They're ready. I trust them," he famously said in a Season 1 confessional, filmed just before turning over daily operations to Stephen Jr. But documents from the Missouri Department of Agriculture say otherwise. Allegedly, Steve continued to manipulate farm subsidies and falsify crop reports behind the scenes, even after claiming retirement. Investigators believe shell companies were used to funnel funds, and those shell companies? Some bore the names of Stephen Jr. and Jesse. Either they were complicit or they were clueless, one former employee, speaking anonymously, told a Springfield Ledger reporter. And I'm not sure which is worse. Fans are now dissecting every frame of the McBee dynasty, pointing to moments that suggest shady behavior. In one clip, Jesse jokes about the quote-unquote magic money fields, a reference to a particularly dry plot that somehow earned the farm a hefty insurance claim. In another scene, Stephen Jr. takes a call, lowers his voice, and walks off camera. Fans were quick to connect that call to a secret land deal in neighboring Phelps County. The evidence? Circumstantial. The outrage? Unstoppable. The social media smokescreen. The backlash became inescapable. Stephen Jr. went from flaunting shirtless fishing pics to locking down his Instagram entirely. Jesse tried to post a video defending the family. "We had no idea what was happening behind the scenes." But it only fanned the flames. "You're either lying or stupid," commented one user. "Neither is a good look." Even Braden, who has largely stayed out of the business side and focused on rodeo competitions, found himself caught in the digital crossfire. One TikTok conspiracy claimed he was laundering money through prize winnings. In perhaps the most painful moment, Cole, barely 19 and still in college, was filmed being heckled on campus. "Where's Daddy's dirty money now?" someone shouted as Cole passed the library. The McBee sons were imploding in real time, their fan-favorite status giving way to public suspicion, ridicule, and betrayal. The whispered war within. What the cameras never showed and what fans never imagined was the rising tension within the McBee family, long before Steve's legal issues became public. Sources close to the family reveal that Stephen Jr. had warned his father about financial mismanagement years earlier. He begged his dad to slow down, one insider shared. Stephen wanted to modernize the farm, digitize records, clean up the books. But Steve Sr. wasn't interested in transparency. He was interested in profits. Jesse, meanwhile, was torn between loyalty to his father and his brother. He played peacemaker, hoping the storm would pass, but it didn't. A particularly explosive family meeting, never aired, saw Stephen Jr. storm out after accusing his father of using him as a legal buffer. "You made me sign everything. You used me," he reportedly yelled. Steve Sr., in his defense, insisted he only wanted his sons to succeed. "They're strong, smarter than me. Maybe too smart for their own good." Public enemies or pawns. The legal drama took a darker turn when federal prosecutors added new charges, including wire fraud and obstruction of justice. And now, two of Steve's sons, Stephen Jr. and Jesse, were officially named in the case as persons of interest. The fan community imploded. "I feel betrayed," one longtime supporter wrote on the McBee subreddit. "I followed these boys like they were family. I bought them merch. I traveled to their farm stand. And now I was just a fool watching a staged soap opera." Another theory emerged, one far more sinister, that the show was never reality at all, but a calculated PR campaign to distract from years of shady operations. "Think about it," one user posted. "While they were filming drone shots of cows and hay bales, the McBees were raking in illegal profits. It was the perfect cover." But a smaller, quieter portion of fans began defending the sons, especially after a newly leaked memo revealed that Steve Sr. kept two sets of books, one public, one private, and that his sons had only ever seen the former. "If that's true," said one fan on a live stream panel, "they might be victims too." Redemption or ruin. In a rare move, Stephen Jr. appeared live on national TV, Fox Nation's Heartland Hour, to clear the air. His voice shook, his eyes, usually so steady, looked red and tired. "I didn't know," he said. "I wish I had. I would have stopped it. I would have stopped him." He didn't defend his father, not directly, but he stopped short of condemning him too. "My dad did what he thought was best, and maybe that's the problem. He always thought he knew best." In the aftermath, Jesse released a joint statement with Stephen Jr., declaring that they would cooperate fully with the investigation and had nothing to hide. Braden issued his own message on Instagram. "I'm not a businessman. I rope cattle. That's all I ever wanted to do." Cole withdrew from his college classes and returned to the farm. "I still believe in this land," he wrote. The fall of the patriarch. In a stunning courtroom moment, 6 weeks later, Steve Sr. accepted a plea deal. He would serve 8 years in federal prison and pay $2.7 million in restitution. He refused to implicate his sons. "They're innocent," he told the judge. "Every mistake I made alone." It was a bittersweet moment for fans. Justice, perhaps. But at what cost? Stephen Jr. broke down outside the courthouse. "I didn't want it to end like this. But maybe now we can start over. Maybe now we can be real." Rebuilding the dynasty. The McBee sons have since taken full control of McBee Farm and Cattle, rebranding it as McBee Brothers Agriculture. They launched an aggressive transparency campaign, publishing all their financial records online, welcoming surprise audits, and inviting former fans back to tour the farm. No cameras allowed. "It's not about saving face anymore. It's about making things right," Jesse said in a video titled "The Truth About Us." A new series, McBee Rebuilt, is rumored to be in development with Netflix, focusing on the brothers' efforts to repair their family legacy. But the fan base remains divided. Some say they can't forgive what happened. Others believe redemption is possible. As one Twitter user put it, "They were born into a lie. The question is, will they build something honest with the truth?" Dynasty in the dust. The McBee name still draws attention, still sparks conversation, but the days of blind fandom are over. The public has seen behind the curtain, and what they found was messy, human, painful. Were Steve's sons responsible for the downfall? Maybe in part, maybe not at all. But in the world of reality TV, perception often matters more than truth. And for the McBees, that truth, whatever it may be, is still being plowed row by row into the heartland soil of Missouri.